everybody. Well, we're back. I know it's been a while, but it's been a long and difficult winter around here, and Gabby and I needed a little break, but yeah, we're back to making videos now. The Bigfoots are back in the woods, and we're going to tell you about what happened yesterday. So yesterday was like the first nice day in a really long time that I had an opportunity to come back out here in the woods. And my goal was to basically just get out here, get some fresh air, reconnect with the woods, and hopefully reconnect with the Bigfoots, because, you know, it's been a while. So we started up the trail. First thing I heard was right over in here. I heard some snapping and cracking. And, you know, of course, that could have been the elk or even the breeze. We paused a little while, and there was a mild breeze yesterday. There was some trees that were maybe bumping together, so maybe that's what that was. Can't say for sure one way or the other. So we continued our walk, and we got up here a little farther and heard it some more. And we paused and we watched and couldn't figure out exactly what it was, but you know, it might have been the breeze. So we headed on up the trail. Now when I came up yesterday, I didn't bring a camera with me. Like I said, my goal was just to reconnect, and I also know that sometimes the best experiences come when I'm not recording anything. Speaking of cameras, back in February, Sandy and I made a trip over to the Blue Mountains to scope out a new spot for our July camp out. We found a really awesome trackway of 17-inch footprints, and the iPod would not turn on and record them. Sandy tried with her camera. It said the batteries were dead. Tom got a couple of photos from the side of the road, and that's it. Half a mile down the road, my camera worked fine, and yeah, they don't like cameras. Today isn't quite as bright and sunny. It's a little bit overcast, some blue sky, and it's a little more breezy than it was yesterday. Yesterday we just had, you know, a little breeze. Today there's some pretty big gusts coming through. So tomorrow we will be back to stormy weather. Oh, where'd you get that, Gabby? Somebody leave their ball? Is it your ball now? Okay. See, we got right about into here yesterday, and we started hearing more stuff in that direction. Maybe faint voices, some stick snapping, just enough to make us feel like we weren't alone out here. Like I said, you know, it could have been the breeze. What you looking at, Gabby? Huh? Oh, you got it. Okay, so yesterday we got up here to the bridge. Like I said, I'd been hearing stuff back in that direction all the way up the trail. So we decided once we got to here, we're just going to go ahead and follow the logging road up that way, see what's going on. And not only that, but this is my favorite way to walk when I'm just out to get some fresh air and some exercise, and some of my favorite experiences have happened up this way. So considering this is the direction we were hearing noises from, it seemed like a good choice. So all the way up the hill, after leaving the bridge down there by the trail, everything was quiet. We didn't hear anything else coming up here till we got to right here. And right out in here, we heard some snaps. I don't know if it picked up. There was just a snap there, but like I said, it's breezy. So didn't think much of that. We came and sat on one of these stumps over here for a few minutes and listened, and a few minutes later there was a snap from over the edge right in here, followed by another snap right over in here, which led me to think maybe there was a little bit more to it, considering that it was 1 and then 2 and 3 from this direction, as though they were moving in a row. And, well, still could be just the breeze, but if it was something moving, you know, a live creature, would also make the sound of the snapping branches moving in a direction. Okay, so we sat up here for maybe 5 minutes, and other than those snaps, everything was pretty quiet, and we decided to head back down, and then I'll tell you what happened. Coming back down, I got right to about this spot, and something told me to stop, and I did. And we turned around and we listened, and I started hearing flute music. And it was not the beautiful flute music that Sam plays. It was more like the recorders that I was practicing with out here last spring, where I could hold one note, and then when I tried to switch notes, it went really bad. So this was not a pretty sounding flute. This sounded like me practicing the recorder really badly. Okay, so here's an example of me practicing the recorder badly. Even Gabby doesn't approve of it. Just kind of cracks me up that, you know, now they identify me with this sound, and it's amazing that they can mimic anything. And you know, we've heard the flute music out here a few times over the last year, but I think this time it was specifically directed at me, because I'm the one that sat down there in the woods last spring making really bad music on the recorder. So that just goes to show they have a good memory and a sense of humor, because, well, bad as it was awesome. So when I was up there on top of the hill sitting, and I was talking to them, and I was telling them, you know, that it's been a rough couple of months, and I really felt the need to get back out here and reconnect with them. And I told them that I wasn't carrying a camera, that I wasn't planning on recording anything. And if they wanted to, you know, communicate with me or have some kind of contact, that I would tell the story about it later, but I wouldn't be recording any of it. It would just be us and them out here yesterday. So it was just a few minutes after that, when I was up on the hill up there telling them, I got down here to the road, just right over here. That's when I started hearing the flute music. So I came over here to these little rounds of wood, and I sat down for maybe half an hour. And in the half an hour that I sat here, every time the breeze let up, I started hearing that flute music again. And while I was sitting here, I was talking to him, and I was explaining to him how I feel about things and some of the stuff that's been going on, and wondering how I should proceed from here. And I told them that as much as I was loving these sounds, I wasn't recording any of it, but I did plan on telling you all about it. And when I'd say something like that, then I would get a howl. A very musical, song-like howl would come from up here on the hill in that direction. Okay, so when I say musical howls, this is actually what it brought to mind to me. And if you've ever seen this movie, I think you'll know what I mean. You know, I really love this movie, and seriously, this is the best way that I can describe what those howls sounded like. Pretty cool, huh? So after sitting here and listening to this for about a half an hour, I told them out loud that it was time for us to get going, but that I would be coming back up here today with the camera to record telling the story about what had happened, and that if they were gonna be around, that you know, they were welcome to join in on this little video I'm making right now. And when I said that was when I got the last big musical howl from up there on the mountain, right up this way, along with the badly played recorder sounds. So anyway, Gabby and I are going to head back down. We had a message from Chris this morning. Not only did we have our experience here yesterday, but they were back at her place last night too. Something's falling over here. Let's see what. Hello? Anybody here today? I think what we're hearing is, if you can see the leaning tree right there, and it's kind of bent up in to the top of that tree. I think that's what we're hearing, is that tree in the process of very slowly falling. So, anyway, like I said, I'm not real comfortable with being out in a heavy breeze like this under the trees. So, we're gonna head back and go talk to Chris, see what was going on at her place last night. And yeah, I can't guarantee that we're going to be back every week. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Should have stayed here and watched it another minute. Sure enough, it was that leaning tree. What was that, Gabby? Huh? What was that? Pretty awesome, huh? As long as it's over there and we're over here. All right, let's get going. So anyway, we're gonna keep putting videos out as interaction happens. When I've got something awesome to tell you about, I'll share it with you. Got another conference to prepare for here next month. And lots of campouts planned for the summer. So if you don't see me for a week or two, don't worry, we will be back with lots of good stuff coming. But you know, it's all up to the Bigfoots. They're gonna dole it out, and I'll bring it to you as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.